Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are going to murder Archbishop Thordan for what he did to Haurchefant. Our minion for today? There you are. Oh god, this does not feel appropriate. I'm sorry, Pink Bean. We are not in the mood. Merlvib, you and your guns. Yes, please, join us. Help us kill. Alright, Alphino. What's the plan? Alphino is lost in thought. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Aymeric, Satora. I worry for his well-being. That is a fair point. We need to make sure he's okay. Haurchefant gave his life to save him and to save us. So we should at least make sure he's alright. We can figure out what we're gonna do. We need to chase the bishop, the archbishop. But we need to figure out where he's gone. I believe he mentioned Azazela. I have no idea what that is, so we're gonna have to figure that out before we can chase him. An audience of the Lord Commander? Yes, of course. Thank you. Curse those bloody Horsens and piss on their swiving round table. Sir Aymeric.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatosker, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, Must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
I saw his conversation with Thorin.
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Mr. Swansea, Master Alphino, I, Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. I have a few thoughts to get out before I forget them. 1. Thornton, you claimed... I know he's not here, so he can't hear me, but still, you claimed that every single person who have donned the robes of the Archbishop has accepted the necessity of your solution to the Dragonsong War. And yet, when somebody in the line of succession, arguably, questioned this so-called solution that you had in mind, you had him imprisoned with the seeming intent to interrogate and then kill him. So clearly, if anyone had questioned the solution in the past, the same probably happened to them too. It's not that they all accepted the necessity, it's that the only ones allowed to become Archbishop are the ones who did accept your solution. So shut the fuck up, Thornton. There you go, Aymeric, I answered him for you. I completely understand getting caught up and flustered at the moment. It's definitely a very intimidating, very scary situation. But also, holy crap, the Heavensward are turning themselves into primals. Oh god. They probably don't have a lot of crystals on hand, which is why they were so weak in the vault. But they were also considerably stronger than normal, and killed Harshaphot, went right through its fucking shield. In this particular moment, the emotions that Satora is feeling are particularly rancid, for obvious reasons. I also have her playing as a Dark Knight for this particular quest. Life for death. I will have Ser Zephyrn's heart for what he did to Harshaphon. Yes, of course, you two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Satora and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as the guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Needhug's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it, we will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my land, Sir Aymeric. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Satora, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Satora, I believe we have much to discuss. All right. we have a new title that I am going to be equipping. Where is it? There it is. Of the Silver Fuller. Once Harshifon's title, it has been passed on to us. Okay, we're going to be taking a break at this point. There will be one more episode going up tomorrow, where my raid group has been trying very hard and getting very close to getting a synced clear of turn 13 of the Binding Coils of Bahamut. We're going to do our damn best. If we are not able to do it in time, then tomorrow, what we'll be doing instead is likely to be, I'm going to say probably sightseeing. We're going to do sightseeing for Kurth's Western Highlands and the Ravanian Forelands. But hopefully tomorrow what we'll be doing is turn 13, a synced clear at last. We're so close. We've been getting to the last phase of the fight. We're just having a little bit of trouble getting started, getting there consistently, and then getting started with the last phase. It's not particularly harder than any other of the other phases. It just introduces a couple new mechanics that we're still trying to get used to. And then also getting there consistently is another issue. But we're getting very close. Other than that, we're going on break, as I mentioned. We'll be returning about 4 weeks after patch 7.3 drops. As of this recording, we've had the first live letter for 7.3, but not the second one. The current speculation is that patch 7.3 will release August 5th. So if that is correct, let me double check. If 7.3 launches August 5th, then we'll be returning on September 1st to do the last third of Heavensward. Give or take a week or two, just depending on how things go, but I intend to come back about 4 weeks after 7.3 drops. So, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, either turn 13 synced at last, which will be our last synced clear of every duty except for Second Coil Savage in A Realm Reborn, which is exciting. If not that, then sightseeing logs. And then beyond that, I'll see you in a little bit as we go into the finale of Heavensward. I'll see everyone next time for that.